everything. We love helping them double, triple their businesses.
A proven strategy of approaching social media and branding yourself so that you're really top of mind. Spread more awareness about how to use social media platforms to help our clients with us really branding themselves on social media, educating agents on how to use social media and why insurance agents should be using social media platforms to build.
Social really allows you to form these connections, to build this trust, as well as to educate your clients. My name's David, one of the founders of Jumpstart Go, and who runs the Marketing for Insurance Agents group, where you guys are watching this from. And we started this group as a resource for you guys to connect, ask questions, get to know each other, share best strategies and resources, talk about the industry with agents and agencies that are focused on all in a super positive atmosphere for growing and scaling their business that want to do that, whether they're brand new or established 7-figure, 8-figure agencies. This is the place to be. And we do weekly trainings on Mondays at 4 p.m. Eastern right now. If you want to go ahead and put them on your schedule, that will either do a Facebook Live or webinar. Probably done about 500-600 of these over the years. They're absolutely all different topics for growing your business. And we love having you guys here. It's always so much fun to have you guys diving in with us. And so with that, we also work directly with agents inside of our programs, Closers Click, Producers Academy, and Legends, helping them grow and scale their businesses, their production, their teams, learn how to utilize organic social media, get the most profitability out of their leads, sales, really everything. And we love helping them double, triple their businesses and grow and scale from there. It's our passion. It's what we love. And we love working directly and closely with agents and agencies in those. Elle, I'd love to introduce yourself as well.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elle Dinning. I'm a co-founder along with David and Jumpstart Go. We are super excited to be chatting about social media today. I really believe that it is our number one thing that differentiates us, number one thing that we're able to help our clients with is really branding themselves on social media, educating agents on how to use social media. We use social media ourselves. We've generated well over 2.5 million at this point. I haven't even probably done recent numbers, but last time I ran the numbers, we've done over 2.5 million in revenue just from social media, and specifically this platform, Facebook alone. So we're really excited to spread more awareness about how to use social media platforms on growing your business without paying for ad spends, wasting money on dead-end leads, really using social media to generate warm leads and referrals. And it all starts with having an optimized social media profile. We are going to be diving in specifically into Facebook profiles and put their hands up.
So first, we're going to talk about why is that important in the first place? Why is social media important in the first place? And dive into like some of the advantages of that versus the lead side. And not that lead side isn't a really solid way for building businesses. We teach and train in and around that as well, how to pull out the most profitability, how to have systems with that, get the best contact rate, close rate. And we have incredible sales programs where agents are, absolutely crushing, setting records, and a lot of them work leads and stuff as well. But there's a lot of advantages to the social side where we also have people doing 6-7 figures, just, really using social as part of their pipelines or a really key part of their pipelines too, which also helps maximize profitability. So we're going to focus specifically tonight in and around social media. One of our favorite things, like Elle said earlier, we've personally done over 2.5 million off social media. We've taught and trained agents and agency owners from brand new to 7-8 figure different agencies on implementing social strategies for bringing in customers, referral partners, and referrals off social. So that's what we're really excited to dive in tonight. Someone who knows social quite well and utilizes it daily as well is Joe Camper. Let's talk about social in general. You guys have all seen it. You guys probably all use it personally, whether it's one platform or another. Maybe you like some more than others. We're going to talk a little bit about Facebook tonight because that's what we're on here. And I think overall, it's one of the most solid platforms for starting your different strategies and initiatives. But a lot of this can be taken to multiple platforms. We have agents really crushing it and rocking it off of TikTok, maybe focus on slightly different audiences or different type of content they like to utilize. And then, Instagram, LinkedIn, there's a lot of different ways, but Facebook is a great home base, and especially for starting to implement this. So we're really pumped to talk about it. And so Elle, what are some of the advantages of social media in general? I've got a few I want to talk about, but I want to dive in with this because I think it's first important to understand why would I want to use social either along with or maybe instead of leads? And then how does that help? Like, why is it not just a silly thing that Mark Zuckerberg tries to take all our money from? Or are there ways to use this, especially without ads and spending money to acquire customers?
Yeah, so there are so many reasons reasons why agents should be using social media inside of their agencies to really grow their businesses. And for me, I'll start with this. There's so many reasons, but I really think the number one reason is to brand yourself effectively and become the go-to source for the ideal client that is the person that is the best type of client to work with based off of the products that you sell. So that's probably a long-winded way of basically saying generating those great leads and referrals that really reach out to you, and not just like, we call it the spray and pray method of just kind of like throwing the spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. We don't believe in that. We believe that there is a very specific, proven strategy of approaching social media and branding yourself so that you're really top of mind when someone is ready to make that buying decision for whatever the product is that you sell, whether it's mortgage protection, final expense, annuities, under 65 health, Medicare, auto, home, commercial, whatever it is in your product. Really, the idea and the power of social media is that you can brand. Think about a brand, what a brand is. You think about like steering a brand onto like a cow or a horse. It is permanent, right? It stays there and it is branded. When you have an effective brand, you are top of mind. You are that person, the go-to resource in that person's mind. For a long time, insurance agencies and insurance agents have, the ones that are most successful, have done this so extremely well in their local markets. Their, communities know them. They have people that walk in off of the streets into the office. They sit down face to face, that they have that know, like, and trust, that rapport built. But what our digital age has done now is it has given us the opportunity to reach more people and to have that same know, like, and trust factor that we can really develop using a strong brand on social media. So I'm going to go with branding as being the number one reason why insurance agents should be using social media platforms to build that know, like, and trust.
And I agree that is an awesome advantage of social media. I got a few opinions on some of the amazing ways of using social as well. There's so many different ways to use organic and so many different reasons it's so powerful that honestly, I think this is one of the number one areas that most agents and agency owners are sleeping on. They're not as profitable in their business as they could be. They're not doing as much sales as they could be. Brand and who they are and what they're doing isn't as well known. And I'm not talking about a captive name or brand or large company. I'm talking about them personally and their agency or their production. And that's really because people work with people, not companies. So you want them coming to you. And so there's so many advantages of social, whether or not you have other solid pipeline sources or not. And if you don't have any, or maybe you don't even have necessarily a budget for investing heavily into other methods like leads or paid ads and stuff like that, social is always there for you. It's free and it's an amazing way to bring people in. So what are a couple other advantages? One advantage I love about social is it takes a lot of the exact same things that have been working for centuries in the insurance industry, and it's just taking them essentially digital. Like nothing's changed and nothing's done differently on social, where it's still about building a reputation and authority and trust. And it still is, solving pain points and problems for people and coming across that, and yay, I care about that. I do a good job about that. And I would love to do that for you. And it comes also through education and all these things that agents have been doing forever. Have been doing it face to face and locally. Hey, I'm going to go out. I'm going to meet people. I'm going to do events. I'm going to sponsor things. I'm going to build relationships. I'm going to build referral partners. I'm going to, meet people that are running the city council or chamber of commerce. And I'm going to bring in people from my community and to work with me and establish myself in the community that way. All that is still relevant and still great. But social media allows you to do that all across your state, all across the country, and even more effectively locally, because you only got so much time and are only one person, where socials gathered those people together for you. So I love it because it's just a natural extension of what you already have been doing and know works in this industry, taking it to social. So there's right ways and strategies to do it, of course, but the concepts are all the same. It's nothing weird. It isn't like, hey, do this magic thing and you get a million people coming to do business with you. Still got to have that trust, still have to have that authority, still have to know how to attract and bring them in, and just how to play the game on the social side as well. So I love it because it is such an opportunity. It is a one-to-many versus a one-to-one of going out, trying to connect with people individually, as it's already pulled them in to you on social. So I love that. We can talk about that a little bit more, is one of the big advantages too. But one of the advantages I was talking to Elle about that I love, they come to you you and they're like, hey, give me the exact coverage that I need and I understand it and this is why I want that and I understand exactly what you're recommending to me. I'm ready to purchase it and I get that, better coverage. It will cost me more than the cheapest thing possible that isn't going to give me what I or I understand why this particular product might work in a way it does and why that would be really good for me to both have maybe life insurance coverage, why being able to accumulate wealth tax free, or why this health policy is a better fit for me than the cheapest thing out there. If that's so, the reason I love organic social versus like a lead, for example, which is kind of like the opposite end of this, like someone filled something out, maybe they're, have some sort of intent or qualified in some sort of way, but it's not necessarily like, hey, I'm ready to do business with you and here's my credit card or build your ideal client. The social really allows you to form these connections, to build this trust, as well as to educate your clients into that ideal client. So, where you would typically have someone come to you like, hey, I just need the cheapest insurance quote. Like let's take PNC for auto. Like give me your cheapest auto quote you got. I need you to beat this rate. And I'm going to go take this to a million other people. And give me that full coverage or whatever that full coverage is, and it's like all the stuff that's like red flags maybe to you or whatever. And it's like, this is going to be a paying client. This isn't my type of client. Like they obviously aren't going to understand the importance of having the proper coverage. Well, social media lets you educate them. Hey, what goes into premium pricing? Why is it more risky to have less cover? What happens if I don't have the right things in place? Blah, blah, blah. And you're educating your clients on this over time through social, and they're coming to you and say, hey, David, I'm ready to work with you. I understand why this type of insurance is important. I understand that what things go into affecting my pricing. I have had multiple tickets or, blah, blah, blah. And so I understand mine's going to be more expensive, or I'm a really good driver and I've, been doing this over time. I understand that's going to help me get a more affordable rate. And I understand I want these types of coverages because it's preventing me from these types of risks. And I also understand I might even get a better type of setup if I also do my home with you too. So I'd love to you quote my home also. When a customer comes to you like that and they've seen what you're doing, they understand those things, that is an ideal client. And that's what social allows you to do, is help build those clients almost even coming to you. And the ones that already are fits like that are already coming to you as well. So it's awesome. I mean, I love the fact that I can almost build the clients I want off of social.
If you are being affected by rate increases, if the carriers that you sell are increasing rates, and if you're struggling in any way with retaining customers, or maybe even your closing rate is going down because of rate increases, let us know in the chat if that's something that's affecting you, because when you effectively are able to market using social media, email marketing is a big part of this as well, and nurture your client base, you're no longer selling on price. You're selling on the value of working with you as the agent. So or maybe for our life people, you've lost out. Maybe you wrote a policy and then someone came back behind you and rewrote that policy for a lower rate, and you lost that client due to that. That's because the value was not there. The value of working with you as an agent was not there. The value of the product that you were selling was not effectively communicated to the client. So when these things happen and when we're losing out on sales and opportunity due to price, really using social media to effectively communicate the value that you bring as an agent and really taking that educational approach can be really great. And it's something that nurtures and drips on prospects over time. So just like David is saying, is that value selling versus, just selling on having the cheapest rate available for people. So David, you want to get into some reviews here? Hold up.
All right, Tanya, you're up first.
All right, Tanya. Woo! Way to be present. Okay, so I am going to present. We're going to do screen share. Okay, so I can't see the comments now. And David, I can't see you either. So
I can see the comments. Don't worry. It looks good to me. You got
right.
Perez on here. Nice.
Hey, Christina. We missed you in the Dominican.
We did miss you. Let's see, business or personal page better? I have both. You want both, but the personal page is what you're going to run all your social strategies on, because business pages are not pushed by Facebook. So you're not going to really get much done on a business page. You just need to have it to run ads if you do decide to ever run ads. And it's good for after people have discovered you and come to your profile and stuff, for then figuring out how to get in touch. But personal profiles, the base of everything, and is what Facebook pushes in front of people. So you want to optimize your personal and use your personal. Yes, they can see the screen. So we're good to go.
All right, we're good to go. Okay, Tanya. So we're going to be reviewing a few different profiles here. Go ahead and get that pen and paper out. Make sure that you're able to take take some notes because we're going to be touching on some really common mistakes, areas of opportunities, things that we see agents really leaving a ton of opportunity on the table when they brand themselves on social media. I have picked only personal profiles because while having a business page is important, you really network, build relationship, and people ultimately are going to find you through a personal profile. So that is step number one. If you do not have your personal profile that is opened up, public, where people can send you friend requests, and even like I'm not friends with Tanya on Facebook here, but I can see her post as I'm scrolling. You want to set your profile as public. So, and you want to be talking about your business, using your personal profile or business, because people do not do business with other businesses. They do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And so your personal profile is going to be the number one way to do that. So, David, you want to talk a little bit about above fold here for Tanya's profile?
Absolutely. When we say above the fold, that's what you first see when you come to the profile. So meaning like the part that's visible before you start scrolling down is what we call above the fold. And it's super important because that's the very first things people are going to see. And if it's on a computer or even mobile too, you'll probably see a little bit further down as well, which we'll get into also and why that stuff isn't so important. So like Elle said, if you have a pen and paper, take them out so you can write down the different areas and what we're talking about. But if you've got multiple screens or anything like that, feel free to pull up your profile too, so you can look at your own profile as go through this and see how yours stacks up as far as what we're talking about. So the first thing is the cover photo. Cover photo and profile photo are usually the first two things people are going to see, as well as name, and we'll talk about that as well. So I'll actually start with name. So the very first thing is have your actual name. If you do mainly go by like a nickname or something like that, that's fine. Maybe have your actual like full first name as a part of that name as well. But don't have anything that's not like a first name, last name type. Don't have where it's just a single name or like, something that your audience wouldn't get or understand. In fact, the same name you go by within your agency and your business and everything you're using there is what you want on profile. Because you want people to be able to recognize that and have consistency and not be like, I think I know a McDonald. I'm not sure if it's Tanya or something else. Like have whatever you're going to be using because you want that consistency. Consistency is key because as people see you on your post, as you're within groups, as they see you on a video, all that sort of, you want them to consistently be able to recognize you and who you are, what you're doing. And so you want to have that consistency. So same thing with name. So name's perfect, Tanya. Great job on that. Profile picture, one of the next most important things as well. And I would say probably like the most important thing because that also follows you to wherever you're being involved on Facebook as far as a comment. If you're in a group, all that sort of stuff is they can see your profile picture. Friends in common, they'll see your profile picture. If there's friends in common, you're one of those friends in common and stuff like that. So consistency with the profile pictures. You're not going to want to change your profile picture a lot. You want to keep it the same so that people can easily recognize that and not be like, oh, is this a new profile? Did Tanya get hacked? This looks different than before. Or, you want that same profile picture. So very rarely change that. And the important things with the profile picture is that it's primarily your face. So people can easily see you, recognize you. Faces help build trust. And so you want it to be of you. Don't have multiple people, especially as it gets tinier with the profile pictures, then you can't even see it first off. And second off is which one is Tanya, so always have it just of you, primarily shoulders and above, face. And then I don't really care, as far as clothing and stuff, what you're wearing, as long as it's what you would typically, potentially what your audience would see you in if you were doing videos and other things and stuff as well. So if it's professional, then cool, very professional. If it's more like, a polo, or like if you do primarily wear like just nice t-shirts and stuff like that, whatever it is, whatever people are going to recognize you. Because the idea should be like, even if someone saw you in the same light or saw you in real life versus social, they should be able to like make that connection. Like, oh, I clearly can see who that is and recognize the consistency there. Once again, consistency. Good lighting is great. Can easily see your face, that you're facing forward. I like smiling as well. Smiling psychologically does help build trust as well, especially US based, kind of different internationally, but US based, like for all of you guys running your insurance businesses in the US, smiling does help build trust. So any sort of smiling is really good for a profile picture. So that's the basics on the profile picture. So Tanya, really great profile picture. You're looking forward. It's good lighting, professional. People can easily see you. It maybe could be zoomed in just a tad bit more to be able to see your face a little bit more. But overall, that's a really good profile picture compared to a lot of the ones I see. So good job on that. So does the picture need to be a professional shot? It doesn't need to be, professional. It could be a picture with your phone, with you with a kind of a plain background or a non-distracting background. So no, you don't need to go have a professional headshot done for your profile. If you have one, could probably work pretty well, but no, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. In fact, most social stuff works really well when it's not super professional or overproduced. It actually performs better, which we'll talk about in a little bit too. Cover photo. So the cover photo is the most real estate that you get on your profile when people, and that's the only place people really see it is on your profile. But generally when people are connecting, figuring out who you are, looking at a post, they'll come check out your profile. And so that's the first thing they see. So what I like about a profile cover photo, above the fold where it says Lincoln Heritage Funeral Advantage, for example, in this, is you want to use that space and you want it to more communicate who your audience is and how you help with that. And that's primarily like one of the best uses of cover photo. But you want it to be quickly and easily understood as well. And also with what you help people with, it's not what kind of products you help people with, because I don't think that's very important, because once again, people don't necessarily know the products they need, and that's not necessarily important to me. It's what you're solving with those products. Maybe it's building wealth, protecting legacies, protecting families, protecting your possessions, protecting your children's futures, helping like your kids attend, college worry-free, whatever that is, whatever you're helping solve, ultimately those pain points of your customers. The pain points isn't having insurance. That's not the pain point. It's what does having that insurance actually help them with. And so that's really great to have in a profile photo. And then target audience is great as well. If I work with mainly seniors, for example, Heritage does, then I would generally have an image of like smiling seniors in my cover photo, particularly maybe it's senior couple that's smiling, and then what I help, or maybe I focus on families a lot. It'd be even better if I had a picture of me and my family, and then what I'm helping families with, or with a smiling family, what I help with as well. And so that's really great way, because actual photos and pictures of people smiling also help build trust. And if it's your target audience, that inherently subconsciously is building trust too, of like, oh, Tanya works with seniors who are really happy, and so they're happy with working with her, and these are the things she's helping solve for them. I run into those same pain points. I need to talk to Tanya. So I would suggest potentially changing that cover photo, because once again, when we go to another thing that we very much focus on is branding yourself, and yourself personally and what you do, not necessarily like, who is Tanya? Why should I come work with Tanya? What is Tanya doing? I want someone to come to my business page and what I'm doing and stuff for my profile, not sending them off to a company business page where they could potentially end up working with someone else in that company, or get lost and forget to come back to my profile or anything like that, or how to get in touch with. And so that's where I really love branding myself and what I do. And I teach agents very much in that. Brand yourself and your agency. Don't brand the company. Like it's great that you have the company, but at the end of the day, people work with people, not company. And so I would, and so a lot of the audience maybe, I don't know what Lincoln Heritage is. I don't know what Funeral Advantage is. I don't know any of that. I don't even know if that's insurance or something else or whatever. And so that's where you have a chance to make it very clear off the bat, who is your target audience and how do you help them? And I'd focus more on that than a banner from the company necessarily, if that makes sense. Elle, anything you want to pop in there on?
Yeah, I think just reiterating, when we see this a lot, and I'll just go ahead and move into your intro here, Tanya, because this is the same idea as far as linking directly to Lincoln Heritage. Essentially, you want to use your profile to drive traffic and drive leads to you, Tanya. And so when we're linking here to Lincoln Heritage, if people are looking more into your profile and clicking this, they're going to be directed to the Lincoln Heritage page, which is not a page you control. And so same idea here. We really want to put something here that's branded to you as the insurance agent, as their, seniors helper for, planning for their final expenses. The Funeral Advantage also does not give me really any true indication of how this is helping to solve a problem. And then also one thing I do want to point out here for the cover photo is that you can also add text here if people do click into it. So branding it to yourself, putting some information here, and even hyperlinking for people to book a call with you can be a way to get inbound calendar bookings. Or if you have a guide, PDF, some sort of resource that you've developed for seniors when it comes to planning for funerals, planning for those final expenses, maybe there's a resource that they could get by clicking a link and providing information. So that's a great way to generate those organic, either inbound calls is right off of this cover photo, or even collecting leads and getting people to download a free guide PDF or get more information about the specific product that you sell. I will iterate, fantastic profile photo. I think super clear. You want to see those whites of the eyes, good lighting on here. So really good there, Tanya. Don't change that. Just opportunity for sure to work on the cover photo.
So going further, yeah, Elle, you want to talk about the intro?
Yeah, so let's talk about the intro here. So your intro is also real estate. You want to think about your profile like all of this is real estate for you to market your business for free. You don't have to pay for this to set up a personal profile. So we want to optimize this and maximize this as much as possible. Licensed insurance agent with Lincoln Heritage, life insurance, list of states. Again, this doesn't really tell me a ton. So if maybe I'm a senior, maybe I do know that there are life insurance products out there to help me specifically cover burial and final expenses. Maybe I am aware or not aware of Lincoln Heritage, maybe due to the amount of advertising that they already do, but I'm going to guess probably not. Like they probably aren't familiar with Lincoln Heritage that much. So we really want to use our intro here to speak to the solution and how you can help your target audience specifically and, how you can help them. You can also include links here in the intro. Again, you could potentially put something here for them to book a call with you or download a resource free guide that would be pertinent, again, to the product that you sell. We're taking the final expense here just because this is all branded for Lincoln Heritage. But if you don't sell final expense, you don't sell life insurance, you want this to point to the products that you sell, create that cohesion for your target market in alignment with your product. And then also here you have works at Lincoln Heritage Life Insurance Company. We want to set up a business page. So this is where the business page does come in play. You want to set up your own branded to you Facebook business page and link it here so that people can find out more about your business and the products that you offer. Business pages, unless you are paying for exposure for business pages, you're typically not going to get a lot off of them. But say somebody is interested in learning more about you, they might click on that and then they would send something like send a message to that business page. You don't want leads that you're generating from your personal profile. They come in, they click. Well, now you've just sent that lead to Lincoln Heritage, not to yourself. So we see this all the time. I think it was Nick with Shelter linked to Shelter Insurance, but he has owner at Wallace Agency. We would want the link to be Wallace Agency, not Shelter Insurance. Again, if somebody's coming through your profile, that's your lead. That's your opportunity to have a conversation with somebody, drive them to a page that you own, not that your carrier, IMO, FMO, aggregator, whatever it is, own. This idea of branding yourself, capturing leads, appointments to yourself, not sending them off to your carrier, IMO, FMO organization that your contracts are through.
Why you guys are doing that? As far as the intro, I really like the format of I help X with Y. So like this case, I help seniors with protecting their legacies and their loved ones through insurance, and that's always something you can add on there through insurance. So ultimately what you're helping with, like, if you're a PNC, like I help young families protect their possessions from life's unknown through insurance. Or, if it's health, I help middle-aged business professionals have the most affordable healthcare, options, something like that. But it's I help X with Y, which you're helping them with. And I find that's a lot easier for people quickly to be like, oh, that's me. And they help me with that. Oh, that's perfect. That's what I need help with. Let me reach out to them. And so make it nice and easy for people to know who you help and how you help. And that's really the chance that you have on your profile. People say making sense, awesome. And so you have where you studied, where you live, all that's really great. Starting to look at your profile a little bit. You do get, I think, a one pin post. I'm not sure if they've added more yet, but one pin post that you can pin to the top of your profile. So it's the first thing they see. I really love a little short intro video to who you are, how people can help you. I think that makes a great little video to pin to the top of your page. And then as you scroll down, we're starting to see some of the content. So one thing I see a lot, I'm not going to dive into all the different posting and strategies and stuff. We got a few more that we're going to cover and everything. But one thing I see a lot is people sharing content, whether it's from their carriers, whether it's from others and stuff like that. And it's okay occasionally to share some content, but in general, you want most of your content to be your content that you're posting, your videos, your posts and images, all that sort of stuff, because Facebook treats that better and wants to push that in front of others. Facebook does not tend to share content that you're sharing to a lot of your audience or anything at all, and also tends to get way less engagement. Also very direct call to actions of come get a quote, come get insurance for me, come come, cover your loved ones and stuff like that also tends to perform very poorly, actually getting people to engage and come through that. So make sure you're doing your posts, your thoughts. Make sure, once again, this is another thing I see a lot is people linking to things like YouTube or their TikTok or whatever it is. Facebook hate links that send people away from Facebook, especially to competitors like YouTube, because now Facebook isn't able to serve those people ads and making money off of them staying on Facebook. So Facebook tends to not push any posts that have links to YouTube or to anywhere that sends them away from Facebook. Think about would I prioritize something if I had a business running an ice cream shop and literally people were putting stuff like, hey, go to this ice cream shop over there or go over there like that? I wouldn't want that in my business. So it's the same thing with Facebook. They don't tend to prioritize posts that have links to outside Facebook. So don't link people away from Facebook. If you have a good video, post it on Facebook also instead of sending them to YouTube, for example, because that's not really getting started.
Just a couple. So to give some more, I just want to take this specific piece of content in general. First off, Tanya, okay, before we do, I want to point out this photo that you shared. Look how much engagement this got. This is like the first photo that's actually like a native photo that you've uploaded that's not like a shared style post. It is what we consider more like a family style post or a lifestyle post. Those are going to get more engagement naturally. But what we want to do is we want to start applying those types of those concepts to your business style posts. So what would be a much better piece of content here would be for you to watch this, 3 reasons families choose Funeral Advantage, and then shoot a selfie style video of you explaining these concepts. Like, Lincoln Heritage, I'm sure, has this like professionally done video and everything. But again, we don't want to drive traffic to Lincoln Heritage. We want to drive traffic to you. We want people reaching out to you. So taking this, re-recording it, and, really just highlighting the 3 reasons families choose Funeral Advantage. And then also there's a couple of things here that I also want to point out that are just very common. I see this all the time. Tanya, by the way, thank you so much for allowing us to give you this feedback and being so open to it. So awesome. Really appreciate you and appreciate that. But qualify even with significant health conditions. This is an opportunity to be so much more specific about health conditions. So if you write a carrier that is approving people that most carriers would deny, pull that out and put it into your social media content. So specific heart conditions, diabetes, mental health conditions, whatever it is, pull it out and be specific about it, because there's going to be people that see that and have potentially been denied in the past. And they're going to be like, oh, well, I've been denied in the past, but Tanya has something that she's saying I might be able to qualify for. Let me reach out to Tanya. So it's going to be much more specific. It's going to resonate with more people versus a blanket significant health conditions that doesn't typically really pull anybody out or isn't specific enough to really get that conversation going or for people to connect themselves to that. And you really, when your social media content, when you're talking about this stuff, you want it to resonate in such a way where people are like, oh, that's me. You want them to kind of have an aha moment in their mind and say, oh, that's me. So those are just some couple things that I was thinking about when I saw this specifically. And then again, you want to be careful with this, because if they click this get quote, you may have shared this and then maybe somebody did click get quote. Does that quote come to you? So this is also when we're in this type of content, we want to make sure that all the work that we're doing on social media, those leads, those conversations, all of those opportunities are coming to us. Let us know in the comments here, like, is that making sense? We really want to think about our profiles as a way to generate leads, generate conversations, and then we want to drive that traffic back to us. And we don't want to be sending it off, anywhere else, because we're working hard to generate this. And we want to make sure that we're capturing every single opportunity.
Yes. Yeah. Let us know if that's making sense, if you're getting value from that. And then Tanya, let us know that was helpful. You got some takeaways from that. So that one was going to be kind of the longest, explaining the why behind a lot of the stuff. So now we're going to do some speed, quick profile reviews. Basically, since we already kind of covered the whys, just highlighting those things that we've covered. So you do want a business page and make it, something of yours, even if you don't don't have like your own agency necessarily, or you're a producer or whatever, just make it like David Denning, protecting seniors legacies, or David Denning, your insurance guy, or David Denning, your most, friendly, life agent, whatever it is. Make it a business page that you have, that you're in control of, that's your brand. If you have a name of your agency or anything like that, make it that, of course, and stuff like that, but make it a page you control. But mainly with all the social stuff that you're going to be doing, and strategies, and connecting, and bringing in prospects, and people finding you, and all that sort of stuff, it's all going to be done in your personal, in which case it is a combo of the type of content you're doing, of personal engagement and business that you're all doing through your personal profile. That's where you're going to get the results, not necessarily your business page. Cool. Let's hop into Kim Hooper.
Yep. All right, Kim, thanks for putting your hand up here. So we'll do a speed review here. Cover photo. Hopefully you took some good notes from Tanya. Essentially, this is awesome real estate here. While I love the horses, I love horses, I love riding, this is an opportunity to do something for your business here. So I would go back, watch the feedback that we gave for Tanya on some ideas here. So there's some different things, either incorporating like smiling people that are of your target audience. I think I saw, okay, so senior life. So we'll stay with the final expense theme here. So maybe smiling seniors, and some text here on how you help people. This could also be a free resource or download PDF guide or something like that you can let people know that they can click and get access to. And then when they click on it, you can, in the text portion here, write more about how you're helping people, with a link to book directly with you on your calendar, or to download a PDF guide if you choose to go that direction. So would definitely use this real estate for something for your business. And then your profile photo is great. You're smiling, well lit, can see the whites of your eyes. So good profile photo there. David, anything that you want to add for above the fold?
No, profile photo is good. And maybe just a little more zoomed in, but no, I think it's great. Good lighting, smiling, perfect. And then like same comments on cover photo, is using it more directed towards the business and who you're helping, how you're helping them. And if it's target audience, the seniors who ride horses, sure, have some seniors riding horses. And it could be, if you can find an image or take one of like a happy seniors couple riding horses together, smiling, that you then, with the image, what you like, take it to Canva and put what you help people with, that would make a great cover photo.
I love it, David.
So if you did P&C insurance and equine insurance as a part of that, something like that, then yes, this background could be great in protecting your horses from life's unknown or whatever. So I think actually go along great with this pick. But anyways, probably not so much for senior life on there. But scrolling down, I love that the intro is a little bit about you, but as far as like a business perspective, making that once again, I help X with Y. I help aging seniors protect their legacies for their loved ones through insurance. I mean, I think that's great. Or I help seniors protect their families from the cost of funerals and passing. I kind of like the words legacies a lot, especially knowing senior life and legacy assurance. I think that kind of leads in real nice. But I help X with Y. I think that's really great for the intros, because they'll find out naturally through your content and stuff what you're doing, that you're, maybe faith-based, that you mom to 3 amazing kids, stuff like that. They'll find that out through your content. Use this to let them know if they should even be like paying attention to your content or anything like that, because they don't even know who you work with, who you help, or anything like that. So that's more of the opportunity for the intro. I love that that's a link to your own business page for Hooper Insurance Services.
Yes.
I love that. I love that, even though it's
really well done here.
Yeah, I love, even though that you're utilizing maybe senior life as like a carrier company, that you're branding it to you. It's a page you control. Page they come to and they find out how to get in touch with you for help and helping them, and what your number is and all that sort of stuff. And so that's an excellent example of that, of linking to a page that you're in charge of. So I don't think we need to do any more there. If you did go to a specific university, which I think you have it linked there, that you got it there. So sometimes others that went to those schools can connect and find you there, which can always be a nice like into conversation stuff there. And where you live and where you're from is always really great and stuff too there. So I like that. Something we didn't mention previously, but this applies to everybody, is make sure your profile is public. Make sure that people can see your profile, see your post, everything you do, have it all be public, because we want people to be able to see us, what we're doing, be able to share our stuff so even more people can see us and know what we're doing and come to us, referral partners, all that sort of stuff. So make sure your entire profile is public post. If you get anybody weird reaching out, anything like that, that's what the block is for. And you just block those people. I block people all day. No worries, no issues, but you make sure it's public so that it's easier for people to find you. And let's take a look at the content. I see that that's an original piece of content that you wrote. Perfect. So scroll down and look at a little bit of the content, unless you have some things you want to talk about.
I'm also not friends with Kim, so there's probably
So
things that are not set to public.
there's probably some other content there, but that only friends could see. So that's another reason to set it to public, so that even those that aren't connected with you, maybe someone's like, hey, I'm looking for an amazing agent, to help me with insurance. And they're like, oh, let me tag Kim or whatever. And Kim's really amazing. And then they click and come to your profile and they can't really see anything that much because it's not set to public and stuff like that. That's another reason you want it set to public. So that way we can see the posts and stuff like that. And once again, people connect with people, not businesses. So that's where, the combination of personal and business is excellent for what you're doing on your profile. So, you got posts here. I did see one shared from, it looked like your business page. Don't share from the business page to personal, just post it on the personal. Fine to also have it posted on business, but post it individually on your personal, not shared from your business. It'll get in front of more people and more reach that way. And try to keep stuff kind of simple. When we have a lot of images and a lot of text, people are lazy and they don't read any of that or look at any of that. So usually having like one image and kind of short text getting to the points and stuff like that is excellent. Like trying to explain a lot of stuff in text is too hard. That's where video is really great, because you get explained stuff and people can listen and go through that faster than they can read a block of text. So video can be really great for that. Making sure to mix in some personal with the business on your profile too. You don't want to be all business focused, because business stuff will naturally just get a little less engagement interaction than personal and engagement stuff. And Facebook, I'm not going to get into the whole algorithm, but your content getting engagement and people either liking, commenting, paying attention stuff to it is how Facebook determines to put your stuff in front of even more people, and how you keep building an audience and brand and stuff there. So when you're posting stuff that's not getting any likes, comments, shares, anything stuff like that, Facebook says, hey, no one's really paying attention to stuff anyways. We're not going to show it to any more people. And so that's why it's important to kind of mix the other stuff in as well. Elle, anything else you wanted to put there?
Look at this, Kim, taking action.
Live action. I love it, Kim. That's what we're all about. Quick action. Not sure if I'm seeing. Let us know if any, but Kim, let us know. So let us know if there's any other posts and stuff it just might not be shown to us, since Elle's not connected as a friend with you yet.
So I just wanted to make a quick comment on this. So this is awesome, right? You have somebody that is tagging a friend, mutual connection, and basically connecting her friend with you on social. Essentially, this is exactly what we want to happen when we start using our profiles for social media. So Kim, well done on that. This is obviously just scratching the surface of what's possible here. One thing that's also really important on social is that you really are guiding people through a process to actually connect with you. So if you didn't, I highly recommend reaching out to this person, connecting, sending them a friend request on social media, and then sending them a DM. And instead of putting the ball back in their court, kind of staying in control, recommending 2 times to connect on a phone call to give her the information. So again, it's not just having the profile and optimizing that, but it's also really thinking about using your social media profile as a way to funnel these conversations and direct people to that next step. People are very lazy and do not like to make decisions. And that's even sometimes like making that phone call or reaching out. So we kind of want to keep the ball in our court and really directing them. And it helps our prospects feel more secure with us when we're really able to walk them through a step-by-step process. And usually that means, being pretty assumptive and assertive with getting an appointment booked, giving them very limited options to choose from. So typically 2 options at a time to get that appointment booked. So, but I just wanted to point out, great job already getting, a lead generated. And then you want to take that a step further and really guide that person through the process of connecting with you and getting that appointment set. All right, David, I know we are over time.
Give it one last refresh. Oh, dang. Okay. She accepted the friend request. So we're going to see I know you can't see the comments. So,
David, do you want to let people know next steps if they are interested in connecting with our team, interested in learning more about what we do and helping people specifically with the social media aspects of their business?
Absolutely. So, and I know we covered just the profile, which I said is just the basics and beginnings of of social strategies for your business and bringing in prospects and referral partners and referrals, and you're educating and building your own target audience and having them come to you already, the ideal customers, and really bringing in people to maximize profitability for your business through social and expand that. And so if that's something you're looking to do, like, hey, I would love to bring in more customers off of social and more referrals and build these key referral relationships that send me tons of business each month that are my ideal customers and that I can write and build up my brand to where beyond my local area, people really know who I am and are sending people to me and coming to me themselves. And I'm maximizing my profitability, even if I'm also working leads by bringing in prospects that for free through social as well. Then that's exactly what we do with agents that we work with inside of our programs, is we help them build and scale their business. And Closers Click is one of our programs. We work with hundreds of agents in to help them grow and scale their production, their businesses. We focus a lot on organic social, exactly how to do this and how to grow to where you have a ton of business coming in through that, as well as a lot of other areas as well.